Hello everybody, this is Bitchcotton Black here, and welcome to the Skulls General Reviews, episode 52, in which today I'm going to be taking a look at Time Hunter Echoes. Oh, such a good Pink Floyd song. Anyways, for the presentation of this Doctor Who book, we have Time Hunter, the sharpshooter logo there, Echoes in McLaughlin and Claire Bartlett. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing Ian's name, but if you're watching this, sorry Ian. Then now you've got the main year this book is set in, 1995. Then for the cover, standing in front of the Dragon Industries building with the Dragon Industries logo there, some CCTV cameras, little other CCTV camera there. We have Honro Lashur with a sort of ghost sort of bursting out of him. And then for the spine we have number 6, Time Hunter Echoes, Ian McLaughlin and Claire Bartlett, Telos. And then for the back of this Telos novella we have a shrunken down bit of the cover up at the top there. Echoes, the synopsis, part mystery, part detective story, part dark fantasy, part science fiction, original adventures in time and space, $7.99 UK recommended price, and then the recommended prices for USA and Canada. Cover design by Nathan Skrizlet, cover art by Matthew Lasnica. Then there we've got the barcode, telos.co.uk, logo and website address down there at the bottom. So without further ado, let us read the synopsis of this Time Hunter novella. Echoes of the past, echoes of the future. Honro Lashur can see the threads that bind the two together. However, when he and Emily Blandish find themselves outside the imposing headquarters of Dragon Industry, both can sense something is wrong. There are ghosts in the building, and images and echoes of all times pervade the structure. But what is behind this massive contradiction in time, and can Honro and Emily figure out before they become trapped themselves? Then for the interior of this Doctor Who book, we have Time Hunter Echoes. Time Hunter Echoes by Ian McLaughlin and Claire Bartlett. Then there you've got various copyright goof, the sort of contextualization of the Time Hunter range, which, as I said in my kit sign review, which I actually recorded just before this, is absolutely essential to know, because you probably won't understand what the hell is going on with the Time Hunter books. And then there you've got dedication, which is rather ominous, I guess you would say. And then there we've got the prologue with this Time Hunter novella. This is a 129 page Telos novella spread across a prologue, and let's have a little look here. 12 chapters overall. Then there at the back we have about the author and acknowledgements. Then there you've got advertisement for other books in the Time Hunter range, with a preview for Peculiar Lives by Philip Purser Hullard. Then there you've got the Time Hunter film advertisement, Deimos Rising. And then there you've got advertisements for other horror fantasy books published by Telos. And there you've got advertisements for TV film guides published by Telos, advertisement for the Hank Johnson books, and then there you've got a little bit about the Telos novella, or the sort of Telos publishing sort of company at the back there. With the presentation of this Time Hunter paperback out of the way with, what is the general consensus and my own personal thoughts and opinions on Time Hunter Echoes? As for general consensus, this Telos novella is positive for once with a Time Hunter book, with an average rating of 3.45 out of 5 on Goodreads, with loads of 3-star and 4-star reviews. Unfortunately, I'm about to break that bubble of positivity. The Severed Man was an overall great murder mystery time travel adventure that I enjoyed enough to give a 7 overall. it ended on a reasonably big cliffhanger, with Honro and Emily being warped to the feet of the monolithic Dragon Industries tower. Both The Seven Man and Echoes were intended to be a two-part novella, and almost tips into being a three-parter, which I'll come to later, with Echoes continuing on from the cliffhanger and tying up some parts of Seven Man, whilst using some of its plot elements to create new ones and a brand new adventure. Overall, in terms of plot, characters, and general concepts, it was good. The first and last of which were a bit convoluted, however, overall. The second of which had loads of rich, well-developed magnetic characters, with the exception of the unnamed boy at the end of the book. The reason I say that is that he is not very well explained overall, but other than that, the characters in this Telos novella are absolutely great overall, particularly Emily Blandish, who gets some very great characterization by having the possibility of the boy being able to give back her memories, because one of the overriding sort of character arcs with Emily Blandish and the entire Time Hunter range is that she literally does not know who she is. I mean, she knows she's Emily Blandish, but before she met Honro in the Cabinet of Light, she doesn't really know anything at all about anything about her before that. So it's some very interesting characterization and sort of character stuff with Emily Blandish in that particular moment. Going back to the supernatural sort of weird boy now, he has many abilities, like the one where he's able to summon and trap characters in the odd void world, which is featured quite a bit in this book, which does echo Celestial Toymaker for a bit, which is nice, but nothing in terms of how he has these is explained. I'm assuming that Philip Purser Hallard then rectified this plot hole with the introduction of the Peculiars from Peculiar Life, which is the next Time Hunter book in the range, who are basically X-Men, or boys rather. If I'm correct in assuming that this boy is a Peculiar, then this is almost a three-parter novella. Structuring I also quite liked with this book, with the swapping between the odd void ghost world with reality, using bullet point list sequences to realise the first, and normal written sequences to realise the latter. The example of the sort of void world stuff, as you can see, is literally just dialogue between unspecified characters, as you can see, just listed in bullet points, and then that sort of goes back and sort of oscillates between this sort of main sort of real world stuff, as you can see here. Real world, void, real world. Very, very interesting stuff. Despite having a fairly big amount of positives overall with the book, I still didn't like it very much overall. Other than it being a bit convoluted, I still found this overall to be a dull read. It seems to be so fascinated with the reality that it's the second half of the first and currently last multi-part Telos novella, to the point where it seems too deluded with its pride of being this to create an overall and interesting and exciting read. Yes, I had many positives with this book, but that is no excuse for how dull it can be, the unexplained things and the convolutions it has.